Have you ever looked at your life and realized you're working incredibly hard, you're building things, helping people, creating opportunities, but somehow you still feel like everything owns a piece of you? Your bills own your time, your responsibilities own your schedule, other people's expectations own your decisions, and sometimes even the businesses and dreams you created to give yourself freedom start owning you. And that's what hits me while reading Own or Be Owned. And this one felt personal. Welcome back to Momentum Elevated Circle podcast. This is a little different today, and I don't want this to feel like a book report. Me sharing what I'm learning, where I'm in my life, and what I'm trying to do differently. Because own or be owned made me question something. What do I actually own in my life, and what have I unknowingly allowed to own me? That big idea stay with me. For me, the message of this book goes much deeper than simply owning a business, property, or investments. It's about ownership as a way of thinking. Are you building assets? Are you building systems? Are you creating things that can eventually work without requiring every minute of your time? Or are you constantly trading your energy for the next paycheck, the next opportunity, the next project, and the next obligation? That question hit me because I'm an entrepreneur and I'm in real estate. I build events, I create communities, and I connect people. And I love doing those things, but I've also had seasons where I've had so many things happening all at once that I've had to ask myself, am I building all of this, or is this all starting to control me? So there is a difference. Ownership isn't just about money. One thing I'm taking away from this book is that wealth isn't only about how much money comes into your bank account. It's also about control over your time, control over your choices, control over what you say yes to, and maybe most importantly, the ability to say no when something no longer aligns with your life you're trying to build. That has become increasingly important to me because I'm realizing that success isn't necessarily doing more. Sometimes success is becoming much more intentional. Obviously, I cannot read a book about ownership without thinking about real estate. We talked so much about buying a home, but there's something much bigger happening when someone becomes an owner. You're changing your relationship with money. Instead of simply paying for somewhere to live, you're potentially building equity. You're creating an asset. You're creating options for your future. And this is exactly why I'm so passionate about buyer education. I don't believe everyone needs to buy a house tomorrow, but I do believe everyone deserves to understand how ownership works. Because once you understand the game, you can make an intentional decision about whether and when you want to participate in it. So, this book also came to me at an interesting time. I'm looking at everything I'm building and asking, what does the next version of my life would look like? Not the busiest version, not the version that impresses everybody. The version that gives me freedom, meaning, relationships, health, wealth, and peace. And maybe that's what ownership really means. Owning your decisions, owning your mistakes, owning your finances, owning your calendar, owning your future, and having the courage to redesign something when it isn't working anymore. That's something I'm learning in real time, guys. And I don't have it all figured out, but I'm becoming much more aware of the difference between building something and simply being busy. And I think that's a conversation more of us need to have. So, a question for you. Here's my challenge for you this week. Look at your own life and ask yourself, what do I own? And what owns me? Your job, your mortgage, your debt, your business, your phone, your schedule, other people's opinions, and then ask one more question. What could I start building today that gives future me more choices? Maybe it's buying your first property. Maybe it's investing. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's creating another stream of income. Maybe it's simply taking control of your finances. Ownership doesn't have to start with something huge. Sometimes it starts with a decision. And this actually leads perfectly into something I'm really excited about. We are revamping Momentum Elevated Circle starting this September. I want Momentum Elevated to become more than a monthly event where we sit and listen to someone speak. We're turning it into a much more intimate fireside chat experience, real conversations about health, wealth, personal growth, relationships, mindset, and what actually takes to create an elevated life. We'll be gathering monthly at Hearthstone Kitchen and Cellar at Red Rock Casino. Think less of a seminar, it's more of a sit down, grab a drink, and have conversations we normally would only have with people we trust. Because I think we're all craving more of that. Less perfection, more connection, less pretending we have everything figured out, more conversations about what we're actually navigating. And that's exactly what I want the next chapter of Momentum Elevated Circle to become. Details of our September launch are coming soon, so watch out for the announcement. And if you're listening to this thinking, I need conversation like this in my life, then I hope you join us. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, and keep questioning. And remember, if you don't intentionally decide what you want to own, you may eventually discover what has been owning you. This is Momentum Elevated Circle. I'll see you at a fireside.